Hi everyone. I'm going to talk about money, clothing, and communities of the Unit 3, 4, and 5, in which we have some philanthropists. The first one is George Soros. He was born on August 2nd in 1930 in Budapest. He worked on arbitration issues and as a financial analyst in the United States. Also, he worked at Brick Roder, where he reached as a senior management vice president. Soros made his fortune by being one of the largest speculators in the global financial markets, where he generated more than 1 billion in profit. He financially supported black students at the university in South Africa. Also, he donated a lot of money in a failed effort to defeat George. There is some controversial about this person. His philanthropic activities have been acclaimed, while his political stances have generated much controversy. I agree with the ways in which George Soros spends his money because I think that when a person have enough money, would be better to help unconditional to needed people. In this way, he can feel as a great and recognized person in the world. Another one is Bill Gates. He was born on October 28 in 1955 in Washington, the United States. He is known for being the founder of the software and hardware company Microsoft. He co-founded the software company Microsoft together with Paul Allen. When he was 31 years old, he became a billionaire. In 2018, Bill had donated around 36 billion to the foundation. He has supported a broad range of social, health, and education developments, including the establishment at Cambridge University. I agree with the ways in Bill Gates spends his money because he is who has got a amount of money for his work. So it would be good to help in health and education. Then everybody would have the opportunity to access them. Lily Haislip. She was born on December 19th in 1949 in Vietnam. She was writer, a memorist, and a humanitarian. Through her foundations, she has worked to rebuild the cultural bridge between Vietnam and America following the Vietnam War. She founded two charitable organizations such as East Meets West Foundation and Global Village Foundation for humanitarian and emergency assistance to the needy in Vietnam. She supported the children through black marketing and other illegal activity, which the foundation has also built schools, health clinics, medical and provided homes for 200 orphaned children. She also helped all children in the rural sector have access to education and healthcare. I agree with the ways in which Leigh spends her money. I think that being a person who has a lot of money, it wouldn't be necessary to save only for oneself, but it is important to help other or some organizations for the good of all. And the last one is Barbara Piasecka Johnson. She was born on February 25th in 1937 in Polonia. She was a Polish humanitarian and philanthropist. She was involved in a number of charitable projects, especially in Poland. She financially helped Polish students who want to complete their training in the United States. And her foundation also supported children affected by autism. Piasecka Johnson's life was plagued by disputes, fights, criticism, and confrontations. I agree with her. She has spent her money on some foundations to help poor children out of poverty. She has actually done selflessly work for others. Now we have about clothing and appearance. What are trend spotters? Well, trend spotters is someone who identifies or predicts new trends in fashion and makes predictions about developing trends in the culture at large or in a particular field. Many trend spotters are hired in the fashion industry. They have some qualitatives in which they listen to their customers and take a good look at their competitors. They usually read leading publications and websites affecting their business. It could include industry publications, newspapers, and key business magazines. I think that I wouldn't be a good trend spotter because I'm not interested to the topics related about fashion, and I sometimes don't have much patience to listen to other people. In the unit 5, we have about communities. Then, how did Jane Jacobs change the course of urban renewal? Jane Jacobs transformed the field of urban planning with her writing about American cities and her grassroots organizing. She led resistance to the wholesale replacement of urban communities with high-rise buildings. Jane Jacobs' work uh, helped change the trajectory of New York and cities around the world. Through her books and activism, she had the idea that cities should be centered around their communities and the street level interactions. Uh, then, from my point of view, I agree with the approach that she took, in which she had the idea that it wouldn't only be good to take care of nature that is outside the city, but also a city was like an ecosystem which had to be cared and protected by parts of the all citizens and communities through planning. Lucio Costa, he partnered with the Russian architect Gregory, who built the first modern architecture projects in Brazil. In 1932, he was appointed for a few months as director of the National Art School, where he implemented a course in modern architecture. Costa's goal for the superblocks was to create neighborhoods and communities that were small. He mentioned that they would have modern style apartment buildings to house the middle and upper classes. And I disagree with his approach on urban development because, despite providing some positive effects, urbanization has negative effects. For example, um, more home constructions can lead to overcrowding, and also it affects natural resources like water supply. Another one is Robert Moses. He built a vital arteries for the city that allowed for the massive sprawl and size of New York metropolitan area. He favored the eradication of light and the construction of high-rise public housing projects. I agree with him. Um, Although Moses' approach to planning the city was somewhat dictatorial and corrupt, but at the end, he built more roads, bridges, parks, and more public spaces in New York City. And finally, is Le Corbusier. During the 1920s, he proposed numerous urban and residential projects, but he was only able to build a series of single-family villas near Paris that served him to concretize his five postulates on the new architecture. Le Corbusier's innovative design ideas were the result of industrialization, change, and motorization that accelerated progress, giving rise to a new urban matrix. I agree that Le Corbusier's comprehensive approach to modern urban planning showed that research activities, theoretical thinking, and practice are methodically linked. In the same way, urban planning must be understood not only as a projection of the possibilities of architecture, but also it is as a multidisciplinary process. Thank you.